But brings us to the last game that I played this week and our review.
Let me switch over. Go ahead and say it. But I'm gonna
Pokemon Snap.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna switch over to the review screen so you can.
Yes,
start
I too am gonna pull this thing so I can see the things.
Wow.
So this is a game. Let me just start off by saying I had a revelation where I was just like, should I even play this game? Is this game even going to be good at all? And then like all of a sudden I was like, Nintendo doesn't make bad games. I was just like, I go by GameStop every single day. Nintendo doesn't make bad games. They're at least good for someone, you know? So I decided I'm going to fucking get this game. I don't even care. I don't want to spoil too much before like I get into details, but I was pleasantly surprised. Okay, I fucking fell in love with the game. It's absolutely incredible. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. This is definitely
his revelation happened live last week on the show.
Yeah, literally 1 week. I've only been playing this game. I don't even think I've hit 16 hours yet. And like this game has so much meat. You need a fucking steak knife. Like holy shit. I don't know how to explain it. It's not you're not playing a Pokemon game. There's Pokemon in the game. This isn't an RPG. Although it kind of is. There's like so much going on here. All right, let me just start the review.
Layers, man.
What's the title? It's actually New Pokemon Snap, developed by Nintendo, Bandai Namco, and HAL Laboratories, which are three amazing companies that Nintendo has always worked with and always produce amazing stuff like Kirby Crystal Shards and shit like that. Like a ton of shit that you can't even the list is long. It released on April 30th. It's only on the Switch, and it's $60 regular, and it's $50 at Walmart. New Nintendo price, yes. Lucky Zach. What did I like? What did I like about the game? All right, let's open the fucking book now. What did I like about this game? Holy shit. This game is unsuspecting as fuck. Let me just start by saying you don't even know what you're getting into. If you played the original Pokemon Snap and you were like, yeah, I had fun, then you're going to fucking love this one. Even if you slightly disliked the first one, you're like, I don't know, you're still going to fucking love this. If the concept even intrigues you at all, you're going to be like, this is the epitome. So here's what I like. The first one, it was pretty simple. You had apples you can throw or whatever. You had like pester balls, so you could like get reactions out of Pokemon. The apples are like for feeding them, right? And they get different poses when you do this, or we hit them with a ball, or like all sorts of things to get Pokemon in different scenes, right? You're basically driving on a track. It's like a track shooter with camera instead of a gun, although that'd be a hilarious mod.
Oh God, that's so dark.
I almost guarantee the first one got modded like that. It has to be. There's the footage. And you're on this track, and you basically go through the level, and Pokemon are just kind of in nature. And it sounds like, why would I care? Like seeing their natural habitats. Like they're not just standing there though and sitting there and like, oh cool, a picture of a Pikachu, like whoop-de-doo. It's a completely alive environment. Every level is thriving. Every movement, every detail is absolutely polished. Nintendo quality polish, I'm telling you. Every Pokemon, it's not just it flies in frame and flies out. Each one has, so apparently there's different ratings on each Pokemon. Each Pokemon has 4 scales of ratings, not to mention many more poses, like, you know, like doing this, doing that, doing that. But then under like a star category of like, you know, 4-star being the rarest photo to shoot. But even on top of that, there's different poses, different ways you can take it. There's different scoring for all of the types of pictures. So like getting a perfect score on any Pokemon is insane. Like it's absolutely insane to get a perfect score, which means replayability is very fucking high in this game. You take a shitty shot and you're like, well, I got a 4-star shot. It's really bad. I didn't even realize I was getting this shot, but like it was lucky I got it. Now I know how to do that. Now I just want to get a better version of that shot, like et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's 200 plus Pokemon in this game apparently, and I've only seen like 150 or 60, and I'm beating it. So I'm like, what the fuck? There's so much to see. On top of that, it's now introduced an RPG system. This is what I mean by it's not, but it is an RPG. So for example, you'll take pictures and you'll level up your level, just that level, not your character. Your character doesn't have it has like a point score. It keeps all your points and you can see a world ranking, which is awesome. 84,000, by the way. Just rubbing it in a little in the world. But that's basically like the more you get, like when you 100% it and get really good on all your photos, you're pretty much like in the top 100 or whatever at that point. I literally forgot what I was just saying. What did I say?
We were talking about the level system.
Oh, the RPG. Yes. So basically, let's say you're on level 1. Okay. You are on level 1 and it's level 1 on level 1. So like you get all the way, you get all your points, and you access level 2 in level 1. I know this is kind of confusing wording, but you level up in that level. What that does is, so you get the very basic version of the level the first time around. It's kind of, it feels
Josh, you could say map instead of
map.
level.
Why am I saying, yeah, map? You're right, map. Sorry. The first map, level 1. Okay. So basically you play it and it's kind of overwhelming at first. You're like inundated with all these Pokemon in the wild. And you're like, okay, snap pictures. Oh my God, this is so much. Holy shit. There's just a lot going on. There's so many activities going on. And the Pokemon are just like full of life. Now you access level 2 because you took enough good shots. But now the map changes. You're now experiencing new Pokemon, new poses. They're doing new activities. There are new things. Now you're at level 3. Now there's even more stuff. Now not only are you at level 3, by the way, some of them max out at 3, some of them max out at 4, not to spoil, but like there are many states. That's good. Yeah. But there's ways to like stack it up. So basically like the first map, you have like 3 iterations of this map. So 3 different types of the same map. On top of that, there is now a night mode. So once you like get to a certain like stage in the map, I don't even really know how the unlocking works.
Once you get map level 2,
yeah. Then you unlock the night version, which also has 3 tiers as well and has the same gradual system. On top of that, there are now boss battles. Boss battles, to an extent, are basically one Pokemon at first. And you have to photograph them. Basically, the story is like there's this glowing effect that happens to the Pokemon. It's kind of the driving force. The story is the weakest part, but honestly, I'm fine with it. Like, it's like whatever. So the Professor Mirror, not Oak, but I'm actually fine with it. He seems neat.
He's like a nice guy.
He's like a nice guy.
Where did he get his degree?
Apparently, there's actually one of the dialogue parts is like, I forgot he was a professor. So we called him professor before he. So I don't even think he has a degree. I think they just call him professor. Okay, yeah. So basically, the whole story is like these Pokemon glow in this Lental region. So they've introduced a new region to this game as well, which I can absolutely almost 100% guarantee will be used in a Pokemon game in the future because it's fucking awesome. Yes. Amazing landscape, awesome. It's like several islands and shit, and a giant ocean and whatnot. Very Wind Wakery, and it's just very different than we've seen in like the Kanto. And, whatever. I forgot all the other names.
Kanto and Johto are the only ones I know.
I was trying to say Johto,
Galar,
and I forgot. Galar is the new one. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But it's not like a map where it goes up and down. It's split up, and all these islands are very different. So you get all different types of landscapes in the same smack dab game. And basically, these Pokemon in this area have a weird glowing effect where like they just glow. And there's like these things called crystal blooms that like you can hit with these glowing orbs, which are the new pester balls, basically. They like Pokemon do different stuff and they're like totally triggered by this weird glowing effect. And it's awesome. So the boss fights are basically, you find this giant Pokemon. It could be anyone. I'm not going to spoil anything. But you have to like photograph them with the glowing thing happening. And it's like kind of like a boss fight. And those even level up to where there's even going to be other Pokemon in the level and rare ones that you can find during the boss fight. I'm calling it a boss fight. You don't kill anything in this game or anything like that, but like,
yeah, but it's
it definitely feels like a boss fight.
It definitely feels like a boss fight where you really only are getting one photo out of these fights, but it's debatable.
Again, don't spoil it, but
I'm not
even the first one has a couple of really
There's
cool
some
bits.
Caveats, and they're actually like not the first one so much, but they're actually kind of a challenge to get them to like either glow or get the right shot or any number of things. And even the bosses have the 4-star ratings. So you really have a lot of opportunities to get just so many different shots and replay these levels. On top of that, something I really love about this game and thought I would hate, and I mentioned this before the podcast, was there's basically Nintenstagram. So Instagram, Nintendo version. Everyone gets their own profile. This sounds like the stupidest part of the game. I promise you it's not.
It's not. It's so not.
It's so addicting. Everyone gets their own profile. You can upload 6 photos at a time. I'm hoping I don't know. I don't think you can unlock more. Maybe DLC will allow you to have way more. I think that's maybe a slight negative is that you can't have more photos. Although maybe it's an oversight. So I don't even want to hold it against the game. You basically can edit these photos, upload them, and people like them. There's no disliking in this game, so it only feels good. You're like, cool, I got 100 they're called sweet medals on your photo, and they can actually trend and like become like famous photos that now everyone is seeing, and you're pretty much going to be Nintenstagram famous because of this if you take good ones.
Nintendo has just re-implemented Instagram.
They are re-implementing Instagram. You can also print these out. There are dedicated Pokemon printers, just like back in the day with Pokemon Snap. And I'm very tempted to get a few of these that I've made and really love. And some of mine I like cherish already. I'm like, this is like the best. I edited the shit out of this. I got like 300 sweet medals. Like, damn, I'm awesome. Like, it just feels so good. A part that I literally didn't play till I was at like the third Like I unlocked the 3rd level and I was like, this is a really good photo. I think I want to upload this one. And I was like, well, everyone else is editing them. Maybe I will. And I made it just like totally crazy and off the wall. And ever since then, I've uploaded like 30 photos. And it is very addicting. It is very fun. And the gratification and validation, whatever, it's the same as Instagram. You get a bunch of likes on it. Feels cool. Everyone gets to see it. And it's super healthy, but it doesn't feel negative because it's just Pokemon. And it's just like, this is fun. You get to see other ideas. Sometimes it's like putting shades on a Pichu. And sometimes it's like one was literally like Pichu with shades on walking away from an explosion. You can like make all these editing.
That's actually rad.
I saw that one.
It's really fun, but some of them are like off the wall like that. And some of them are as simple as just like editing the filters and whatnot and making a really good photo look even better. So it's really cool, actually. I know it sounds so fucking nerdy. And even like now, I'm like, why do I like that? It's really fun. I don't understand. It just really is. On top of that, the modifications to the game itself. So Apple is now a fluff fruit, which has a lot more purposes. You can make Pokemon like move around, which you could kind of do in the first one, like make them walk. But now you can literally make them, I don't want to spoil, but I feel like I should say it. But you can literally make them follow you for the entire level if you really want. You can get hordes of Pokemon and make them interact with each other like you could in the first one, but in much
form a Pokemon army.
Form a Pokemon army. I will say the one negative that I also don't really think is a negative because there's more Pokemon. There was like 60 Pokemon in the first one. There's 200 now, but Pokemon cannot evolve in this one. Although there are so many versions that if you're like, Squirtle, like, damn it, I really wish Blastoise was there.
So there's no moment like that was one of the cool things in the first one, like getting the Magikarp to evolve. There's none of that.
That's true. There's not any of that, but there are so many interactions between Pokemon and cool scenes that you can unlock. Like that 4th star photo is always something crazy off the wall. Like, sure, you can't make Magikarp evolve, but you can lure Pidgeot over to Magikarp so he picks him out of the water and flies away with him. It's like, what? This is so off the wall. And so crazy.
So we get Pokemon murdering other Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like you can't eat a Magikarp.
About it already.
Did you see the show? You can't bite into a Magikarp. The flesh is like steel. Remember that?
Yeah. I do.
Remember someone tries to bite him and like in Meowth, he like breaks his teeth. Something like that. I digress. I would say that's a negative, but honestly, I think it was not an oversight. And I think they purposely were like, we don't really need evolution. That just adds another complex factor. Like in the first one, there are also these like you had to like there was like natural things that looked like Pokemon and there was like other like exit ways and shit in order to unlock levels. Like some levels so unclear how to move to the next one in the first Pokemon Snap. You're like, what? You have to like make an electrode blow up on this wall in order to even finish the level. Like if you don't figure that out, you're never passing that level, the power plant. In this one, not only do you just need to level up and take better and better photos, which is fun and natural and you want to, and the more you do it, the more you level up, which naturally gives you more and better photos and Pokemon and stuff. But there are still secret ways and secret interactions and stuff like that, and natural things like ruins and stuff like that you can take pictures of, but they're not held against you. It doesn't feel like something that you have to do, but if you do it, you feel like you're getting Easter eggs and secrets. Absolutely nuts. So you got a scanner now as well, which kind of actually works more like the Pester Ball than the Glowy Ball things do. You get the Glowy Ball things will let you glow up the Crystal Blooms, and actually some Pokemon react to them. You got the Fluff Fruit, you got the Poke Flute. So you have like all these different things. And then I actually won't spoil the last thing, but there's more to this game, I will say. The replayability is through the fucking roof, like through the roof. It's insane. It's insane. I never want to stop. In fact, I should be playing it right now. No, but
was before we started,
right? I literally, that's the other thing. Another huge positive is this game. Like if you're really taking your time and studying the photos while you're like giving them to the professor, it can take like 10 to 15 minutes per run, to upload it. And when I first started, I was like, oh, it takes so long. Now it's like really easy. You can just like speed through, take the photos you need, upload them, maybe 5-10 minutes sometimes. On top of that, if say you just need one photo in there, like I just really need Pidgeot, just chill, wait, found Pidgeot. Okay, cool. Take my picture of Pidgeot, quit the level, and it goes straight to the professor and grades your photos right then and there. You can literally quit and get your photos graded, or just quit altogether and just like leave the level, you know what I mean? Or retry in the middle. So there are many ways to enjoy the replayability of this level. Like say I take a picture right in the beginning, but I don't want to finish the level. I'm going to take it, end the level, he'll grade that photo, and I'm done. That's all I needed, right? Yep. So very much a pick up and put down game if you really wanted to, or you can play it for 5 hours straight like I did when I first got it. And that's really good. Again, there's just so many levels in this game, like so many iterations of each level. Like as soon as I unlock like level 2 in the map, I feel like I want to go right back to it and play it to see what's new. Oh, now I'm at level 3. Like, what else is new? What else has changed? Now I can unlock all these 4-star photos. It's absolutely incredible. What did I not like about this game? Okay.
Not much.
Totally honest. Oh, let's back it up. Actually, 5 more
There's got to be
seconds.
something. There's got to be something.
Actually, I thought of something, but I want to add one more thing to what I liked. The gyroscopic is superb. I don't know, Zach, if you've done the motion controls yet.
I did, but I was playing on the couch. And,
okay.
So here's the question: Are you playing it with your controller or gyroscopic, or are you playing it with the?
So
the
you can do either.
Itself?
You can do gyroscopic with the controller, and that's when I first did. And I was like, okay, it's kind of nice. I turned the sensitivity all the way up, so like moves really quick, and I'm like, okay, but I'm on the couch, right? So I pretty much I did that for 10 minutes, and I turned it off. And then I had a genius idea, and I was like, what if I pick up the whole console and then turn the motion all the way up and put the gyroscopic on? So I picked the whole motherfucker up, and you can literally you're turning all around and spinning around your room and running around, and Jade's looking at me like I'm crazy. And it's so fast and precise. You're literally like, oh shit, Butterfree. Oh shit. Like, it's amazing. The motion controls,
like you're literally like looking, using your Switch as a viewfinder.
Yes, and if you get off kilter slightly, you literally just use the joystick to readjust yourself. It's like there's no big deal. They're both optional at the same time. So like you can stand still and just use the controller, but as soon as you move, you're like, oh fuck, I gotta get that real quick. You can move very quickly. I recommend turning your sensitivity all the way up if you're gonna use motion. Just for that fact, but very fast response, and it's not like choppy. You can actually, I've gotten some of my best photos in that mode actually, where I'm just like, just because it feels like you have a steady hand. I don't know how to explain it, but huge.
Well, because it's more natural for taking pictures. Like
it's more natural, exactly.
If you're operating a camera and you're holding it like this, and that's, I mean, very similar, 90 degrees, right?
Yes.
It's
exactly, So this is a game that I was thinking, like, Switch Lite players, a must buy if you have a Switch Lite. This is absolutely the best gyroscopics I've ever seen. Best gyroscopics I've experienced. I mean, Breath of the Wild had pretty good ones, and something else I can't remember now. That's pretty much it. That's a praise on Breath of the Wild. Very good gyroscopic controls, but Pokemon Snap blows it out of the water. I will say something that I really like about this game is that it's so unique. It's such a different game, and it's not something you can say, like, what kind of game is it, bro? Like, I don't fucking know.
It's a Pokemon Snap-like.
It's a Pokemon Snap-like. That's the thing. There's only 2 games like this that exist. And on top of that, it is so chill. I deem it the Animal Crossing of 2021.
I mean, you did say it was like a rails shooter, so you could say like House of the Dead.
It's like House of the Dead. Seriously, I'm expecting mods to come out where you're just blowing their heads off and shit. Oh, God. And I know, that'd be terrible.
Fatal Frame. Adam brought up Fatal Frame in the chat.
Fatal Frame. That's a go, but just so interesting, alive, changing. There's not repetition, and I've heard YouTubers say like grinding, repetition, and I'm like, I see it more as leveling up. I see it more as unlocking more as I go. I in no way found the grindiness to be an issue at all. I was
so
concerned. To me, it sounds like just replayability.
Like, am I about to play the grindiest game in the world?
Which is the problem they had to solve, because that's the thing. Like, Pokemon Snap, the original, to me, had 0 replayability.
Complete
0.
No. I streamed in 2 hours.
Right. And so like
the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. So there wasn't any like reason for me to do that. So like to solve that problem, to get the people like me who don't have any reason to play the original ever again to want to play this game, adding in something like that gives you replayability is a must.
Massive replayability, and you could be like, oh, I gotta play the same level again. I don't see anyone doing that. I see them being like, this is an awesome opportunity to get better photos and see new Pokemon. Oh, now all of a sudden I'm at level 2 on this map, even better. Now I can get even better photos. Okay, I thought of something negative. It's not even really negative, dude. Like, I could say some people would say the grindiness is a negative, but I don't think that's really a thing. The music is kind of my least favorite part of the game.
It's extremely forgettable.
It's very forgettable is the word. Not bad by any means. It's fine. It's very chill. You know, you can play this game with one fucking hand, basically, if you're on gyroscope, and just like eat a sandwich and chill, and the music's fine. It doesn't interrupt your life or anything. You know, if you're on a headset, it's not gonna like feel like anything crazy. But like, it is definitely more of a sound-based game. That the sound is better, I would say, than the music is. So although the music, I would give a lower grade, the sound design is phenomenal. where each
so
Pokemon has an
good.
insane amount. Yeah, an insane amount of
And
sounds.
it's not just the Pokemon just saying their names anymore.
No,
they're actually making animal noises.
They're actually making animal noises and being like in their environment. This feels like very much like natural. Like Pikachu really lives on that beach. Like holy shit. Sound design flawless, very good. How long did it take me? It's actually short. I will say the game is about 15 hours if you really want to get through it all. The real game, this is probably going to take me about 50 hours, 60 hours, I would say, to get everything and all the star ratings. And I'm fully embracing that. There's also a lot of achievements, that give you
many.
Who knows what they give you? I don't even fucking know anymore. So there's so much shit. It's absolutely crazy. So much shit you can do. And on top, it's online to an extent where you can kind of interact with each other and each other's photos to kind of give you more inspiration. On top of that, the professor gives you like secret hints that I don't really use all the time. But if you're wondering how to get like, I don't know how to get this 4-star rating on I can't even think of a Pokemon's name, Pikachu, fuck it. He'll give you a hint eventually, like you eventually unlock them gradually. And it'll be like, I wonder if you do this, what would happen? And you're like, that's the thing I have to do. And so it's very nice. It doesn't hold your hand at all, but it also does give you hints eventually. So that's really nice. It definitely doesn't hold your hand at all, though. This game is very good about that. There's a small tutorial in the beginning, and that's it. Let's see. Was the game difficult? There is no difficulty in this game at all.
No.
At the same time, it is, I don't want to use the word challenge, but it is kind of a self-proclaimed challenge to get the best photo you can. Like, it's not really difficult. Eventually you become very good at aiming and you're just like, what?
Well, I'm reacting to Adam's question in the chat.
What did he say?
He said, how easy for a kid would it be?
I'm not going to lie. You're going to buy this game?
They would have no problem with it. Yeah. To be successful at the game, that's another question.
The rating system becomes more of an adult thing. Like I see you buying this for your daughter and literally playing it yourself because you get the grading and you understand like, oh, he wasn't facing the right way. Oh, the background wasn't. Background is a thing. That's the thing. The scale has more point options than it did in the original. Background, other Pokemon, like other stuff like that. It used to be if other Pokemon were in the background, it had to be the same type to count it for more points. Now anything can be in the background and it counts for more points. There's really so many improvements. I will say it is an E-rated game and it is user-friendly for children. But again, like Zach said, they're going to be stumbling. It's going to be like a 100-hour game for them if they really want to like grind it out like we do. So for that, I would say play with her. And then let's see. No difficulty at all, but again, there is like a challenge aspect,
this
just like how
Mario
like
Odyssey. The perfect game to play with your kid. If you
I definitely will be bringing it over to my
me and Jade love it.
The 6-year-old niece. Like,
I could see this also getting a lot of DLC. I see this as a massive map that has a few dots on it, but not nearly enough dots that there couldn't be more added. And these levels are pretty easy to design, I would assume. They're gorgeous. I forgot to mention the graphics are beautiful.
Would come in though is like the level of detail. Every leaf, every twig,
everything,
every tree stump is just immaculately rendered.
And again, every Pokemon has their 4 stars and multiple poses beyond that, and actual lifelike movements to where you like feel like you would get off screen and things disappear behind you in the old days. I feel like these Pokemon are in the level the whole time, like living their lives. Like it really feels so immersive. So I can imagine it being difficult to make another level, but I also see it as a high possibility. I don't know if co-op would ever be a thing, but like, one at a time. Let's not get carried away. We already have basically 20 levels.
Without spoiling the plot, they did kind of tease co-op.
Oh, what?
Think about some of the dialogue. Think about some of the dialogue between when I guess we could say it, Todd. When Todd shows up with his little protege,
the guy from the first one, by the way.
Yeah,
you have a Gary in this game. You have a Gary. As well.
Yes. You have. Well, you have a Gary, and then you have the girl who's just constantly jealous of you.
Oh yeah, there's like a whole crew of people who you can literally turn off their dialogue completely when you're in levels, or you can keep it on, and it's actually kind of fun. I keep it on personally because I like to see. And so you actually have a cast of characters that feel alive. There is voice acting as well, which I actually really love. I really like it, and I think that they should do it in future Pokemon games.
I agree.
Would I play a sequel? Let's not get carried away. Of course, I would play a sequel. After this, I would absolutely play a sequel. I want DLC more than that, though.
I do too.
Overall rating and impression. Dude, I'm not even going to fucking lie to you. This game is a 9.9. This is a 9.9.
Yeah.
Let me pause you there.
I can't think of anything.
Let's pump the brakes. Brakes.
Aside from this being a game that's hard to describe, and you're not like, oh, what kind of game is it? Like, I don't know if I'm into that, this and that, this and that. taking what it is, taking what this game is intending to be, and
But,
what
okay,
it is
that's
telling
saying
you
that
it
if
is.
you played the next Pokemon Snap and it was better than this,
It's
you'd
a
have to give
standalone
it a 10.
scale.
Like,
Standalone scale.
is
Well,
it?
there might be different.
How many years has it been between Pokemon
I
Snaps?
don't know. I'm just saying,
Okay.
but or just another game. That's like saying,
Okay, I'll give
like,
it a
you play
realistic
another
rating.
game that you enjoy more than this. How are you going to give it a better score than this?
It's like saying
You know what I
two
mean?
Mario
Or
games
like-
can't be 10s. Mario
Right.
64 and Super Mario Sunshine, in my
I
opinion, are both
don't
10s.
disagree. I'm just saying, like, how do you, like, we have to have
I'm
some kind
crazy.
of a standard. You know,
All
like,
I
what's
know
the
is-
deduction? If this was gymnastics or diving or
Okay,
or ice skating, the deduction you gave it for
I'll give it
the music, right? The music
I was gonna say,
not good.
literally
right?
0.1.
So is that a full point deduction? Is
But
that a
that's the thing.
5/10 deduction? What is
It's not
that?
even enough to hurt the game, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like, I'll maybe give it a 9.8. If we really want to be nitpicky here, a 9.8 solely because of the music not being absolutely phenomenal. And again, this in no way hurts the game at all. 9.95, he said. That sounds better. This doesn't hurt the game. Like, I never play it and I'm like, oh, this annoying music. No, the music is good. It doesn't hold you back. And it doesn't distract you. It also doesn't blow you away. But I don't think that's like necessarily like if I was grading a TV show, like I don't even pay attention to the music half the time on shows, you know? So like it feels more like an interactive show almost, where like I'm okay that the music is like whatever on there. But literally everything else they were going for in this game hits the fucking mark. It hits it. It's not sloppy. Like when I first started playing it, I was like, I don't even know what to expect. It's Pokemon Snap, okay. And then a few hours in, I was like, this is phenomenal. Like, I totally understand their vision. It is totally realized in what they're trying to achieve here. And for that fact, I think it should get that high of a score solely because they absolutely achieved. And I agree with what they were going for. So, like, sure, I could, like, you know, like, I could be like, there's no running around, there's no platforming, but it's not that kind of game. So I feel like what they were going for, a Pokemon Snap like, they absolutely hit it out of the park. This game is a buy.
They're going for a House of the Dead.
Buy. I would say
for sure.
I would say $60 is slightly high for the amount of content, but at the same time, I also think it's 100% worth it. I think that you might be hesitant. $60, okay, is it worth it or not? I will say I've only played 15 hours, and I could stop here. I could have stopped 5 hours ago and been perfectly happy with the amount of money I spent. I think this is absolutely a buy.
I have it at a 9.4 personally. But
you'll get there.
Exactly the same reason. Like, yeah, first of all, I've only been playing it for a couple of hours, but also like it's, you know, there is some aspect of grind to it.
There is.
And it depends on how you approach it. Josh and I are both, you know, fully in hook, line, and sinker.
Oh yeah,
and enjoying the crap out of it. But you know, that is a barrier to buying it, and that's why I graded a little bit lower.
I will say, if you are like a streamer or you're speedrunning this game, this is not a game you can speed run.
Oh, this is not good
this is
streaming content
not
for that.
streaming content either, because it is so chill. This is like an Animal Crossing.
See, I think
where
this
you
could
want
be
to
great
relax.
streaming content if you want to have a chill stream where you can
Exactly.
easily interact.
Let's chat.
Right.
Yeah. Because you spend 5 to 7 minutes in a level or in a map, and then you come out and you spend all the time organizing your photos. You can shoot the shit and be like, let's edit photos now and stuff. So much of the game happens outside of the map that's just like feels so full and rich.
They really beefed up that, like,
really
instead of just doing the map, getting Oaks grade and going back into the map, there is so much other things, so many other things you can do. And they understood what we needed out of it. And they just turned that dial as hard as hard to the right as they could.
So I will say, if you have even considered 11, okay, new rating. No, I'm just kidding. So if you had even considered, if you had even said yes or no to getting this game, fucking buy it. This game will not disappoint you. Worst case, just fucking sell it back for $40 or $30 2 weeks later. You'll
or
at least
find,
get,
you know,
or sell it online.
10 to 15-year-old kid and just hand them the game. Because
just hand them the game and say, enjoy your life. It's going to be the best game you played in a long time. I will say, this is a game with COVID still going on. Again, this is why I call it Animal Crossing of 2021. A beautiful, chill, like game where you can play by yourself. Co-op would make it even more beautiful. Local, online, any of that.
I don't even know how you would do a game like this co-op.
Side-by-side rails.
Side-by-side rails, yeah. You got two cameras pointing in either direction. It'd be so dope.
It'd be so dope. Oh my God. I want that.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, so if that ever happens, you can guarantee Josh and I will be playing that together.
We will absolutely
and we will
be playing that constantly. I will never stop. But it's already a game that I'm already expecting 100%. I'm very excited about how much daunting content there is because I'm like, I want it all. And again, the grindiness, I can see some people being like, oh, I had to play this level 50 times. Like, I want to do that. I want to perfect each shot, and it's something that I'm going for. So for some people, that will be annoying. For some people, that will be amazing, like for me and Zach. And that is a personal thing. But it in no way is as grindy as beating the same fucking Pokemon over and over again to level up like in the original games. That's not, I wouldn't even use the word grind, except for lack of a better word. Like playing the same levels, replayability is really the word. Like, because it just gives you so much new stuff. Literally, you could take a picture of Pidgeot. I never even saw this pose before. Wow. And Professor Mirror recognizes that, and he scores you accordingly. He's not like, oh, this is some bullshit.
He'll even break in during the level and say, hey, you've never caught that pose before. Nice job.
On top of, along with what Zach's saying, another thing I really love is that when you take a really, really good shot, it won't grade it right away, but the border of the shot will glow. So every shot you take goes into the bottom left corner and then kind of like disappears. If you take a really good shot, it'll glow, and someone will be like, whoa, that was an awesome pose, or like something like that. And so it kind of gives you validation that like that was the pose you were looking for, or like that was something new. So it's constantly reinforcing you and just encouraging you to explore. I know this was literally like a 35-minute review or more.
This is, I think, our longest review that we've done, which is hilarious.
Well, it's also two of us gushing about it.
Like, I couldn't gush about it enough. I really, if this had classic Pokemon soundtrack with amazing whatever, but like it's not ambiance. It needs the ambiance. Then I would have given it a 10. No joke. But I think it's fine. In fact, it's almost not even worth taking 0.2 off because of the soundtrack, because again, it doesn't hold it back. I would buy it. And I did.
Same.
Cool. A week ago, I was unsure if this was even going to happen. And now a week later, not even a week, I've only had it for 6 days.
Yeah.
I literally fucking love it.
Excellent. Is that the review?
Anyway, that was the review. We did it, guys.
Excellent. Woo! All right. Switching back to our main screen here.
All right, 5 minutes. Go a little late.
There we go. Yeah, we started a little late.